You're currently using a good mind numbing scroll to suppress any anxious, overthinking, negative thoughts that you just don't want to deal with right now and you're just looking for a good distraction, I'm going to give you a 1 minute tool that you can use that will help you to actually release and relieve that anxiety instead of just suppress it down into your body, into your subconscious mind, essentially saving it for a later date. Think of your body or mind like a pressure cooker. When all you're doing is suppressing that anxiety, those overthinking, those racing thoughts, you're really just pushing it down until that pressure cooker is about to burst. This is why you might start notice your heart start racing out of nowhere or getting an anxiety or panic attack in a not stressful situation. Or even worse, when you try to relax, you find you become more anxious. Your mind, your nervous system is almost signaling to you, oh, okay, this seems like a good time to deal with all of those emotions we've been suppressing. It seems like you're finally not in a state of fight or flight. You're more relaxed and we can deal with these emotions, which is definitely the last thing you want to do. So how can you release anxiety, relieve anxiety instead of save it for a later date? The trick is moving through your anxiety. And you do that by simply accepting it. So if right now or the next time an anxious thought or negative emotion comes up, can you imagine it like an old friend or perhaps someone you love unconditionally? When I shared this with a client recently, she shared a story of how she did this for her daughter. Her daughter was at the park and one of her friends wasn't playing with her. She cried to her saying how she was so upset, and all she did in that moment was just accepted her feelings. She didn't tell her to not be upset, let's go home. She simply just told her it's okay and gave her a hug. Can you imagine being that understanding, accepting, unconditionally loving parent to yourself, to that anxious thought, feeling, emotion, whatever it is, for just a moment? You're not making it right or wrong or good or bad. Just imagine comforting that feeling, noticing it, sitting with it for just a moment. This might sound really simple, but you'll definitely notice that that emotion, that grip just starts to loosen. The anxiety starts to soften. The heaviness becomes lighter. This is because what you resist will always persist versus what you accept will always transcend. Save this post for later so you don't forget to try this, and be sure to share with me in the comments how you felt afterwards. Follow me for more tools to release anxiety naturally.